Welcome back, y'all. In today's video, it's just gonna be me and Jacob. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know exactly what all we're gonna get into. Megan and Maggie are going on a little adventure today, so they're probably gonna be gone just about all day long. So just gonna be me and him. We're gonna see what we can do. I think first thing though, we've got to take care of changing oil in your four-wheeler.
Yeah, we've been needing to do that ever since we got it, but we just keep forgetting.
Yeah, it's been a few months, and it should have been done already, but I think it's okay. Go down there and get it, and we'll let it run just, I don't know, maybe a minute or so, and it'll help thin that oil out, and it'll drain out better.
Okay. Right here? Is that good?
Yeah, that'll work.
But the oil cap is on the other side. It's on that
Where you
side.
put the oil in at,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about where you drain it at.
Oh.
Yeah, right there's your oil field. But there's a drain underneath there. We got to get it out. I don't know what size it is. Look like it's either 15 or 17. Let's see.
So is it universal? Well, no, not universal. Overseas?
Metric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go around this side. I might can reach it better.
I thought Hondas were made in America.
Everything nowadays, Jacob's metric.
Oh.
Most everything, anyways. There we go. It's a 17. You want to take it out? You want me to?
I'll do it.
All right. Well, you need to get down here and lay down. Look. You see that hole?
Yeah.
It's right there.
Okay.
So
Which one? Uh-oh.
it might be tight. I might have to break it loose for you. Changing oil on anything's awkward. Give me one of them extensions up there out of that box.
Especially, I wonder how changing oil on Maggie's four-wheeler.
Give me the short one.
Wonder how changing oil on Maggie's four-wheeler would be where it's so short, where it's so low to the ground.
It'd be tough. You'd have to raise it up probably.
Yeah, flip it over.
I like putting an extension on that socket so you got something to grab a hold of as you're screwing it out.
Oh.
The thing I find crazy about this foiler here, this is a Honda Recon 250. It does not have an oil filter.
It don't?
No, it don't have no oil filter. It's just oil. And I think it's crazy. Most four-wheelers of this size have an oil filter.
Maybe
this one don't.
Maybe it's cause it's newer.
No, that same engine right there has been used in the Honda Recon ever since it came out back in 99 or whenever it was, 98. They've had the same engine on them. But I mean, if there's an oil filter on this thing, I can't find it. Unless it's behind that plastic cover. I don't think it would be because that's the crankcase.
Oh, I thought is that plastic?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was metal.
But typically on these Honda four-wheelers, your oil filter is behind a triangular shape. Well, it's circle, but your bolt pattern is in a triangular shape cover like that right there. That's an old Honda 300 that I've had forever. And she's out of commission right now. She's been out of commission for a very long time. But then on my Honda Rancher over here, you can't see the oil filter. It's all covered up behind plastic. But it's a similar looking thing on it. It might be on this side. Right there. That's the oil filter on this four-wheeler.
I mean, that's the old cap.
Yeah. So, best of my knowledge, Honda Recon does not have an oil filter. If any of y'all know different than that, please let me know, because I have hunted all over this thing and I cannot find an oil filter nowhere. And even the guy that we bought this foiler from, even he said that he had hunted everywhere and couldn't find an oil filter. So anyways, we're just going to change oil in it today, and I guess we ain't worrying about no oil filter. Still waiting on everything to drain.
Is it still going?
Make sure, check it and see.
Like, it's like dripping.
That's, yeah, well, we want to keep on letting it drip then. But just like everything, maintenance is key, especially something that gets rode as much as Jacob's foiler does.
Yeah, especially this thing gets rode from here to me, Mom and Papa's house all the time because I go over there on it all the time.
Yeah, you're just like any other kid around here. You wear your foil out. When I was a kid, we grew up with foil-wheelers. Megan had foil-wheelers when she grew up. Our parents had foil-wheelers. It's kind of something that we've always had, and honestly, I can't remember a time in my life when I've done without a four-wheeler. So, to me, something like this is kind of invaluable. When you live out in the country, you got wide open space to ride in. And not only just to ride for pleasure, but to get from point A to point B all the time too. It's much easier to hop on a four-wheeler and run to the field than it is to hop in your truck and run to the field. So, four-wheeler to me is something that is pretty valuable to have on a farm, homestead, or whatever. Even if you just have a piece of land, I think a four-wheeler is almost necessary. As much as I love my side-by-side, and the side-by-side can be used for more utility type work, to me, if it would come down to I only was able to have one, I'd have a four-wheeler. I wouldn't even question that. That oil ought to be drained out by now. Check it and see.
It's still dripping.
Is it?
Yeah. Maybe it has a bigger one.
We'll give it a few more minutes.
Than all the other ones. I washed it, now I'm trying to keep all the mud off it.
Yeah, you need to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting one dirty though.
As you can tell by the exhaust that it was caked in mud.
Yeah, Jacob reminds me a lot of myself when I was a kid. His foil is his pride and joy. I was the same way. Matter of fact, I still have the same foil that I had when I was a kid. So sitting right there in amongst my junk pile back here, it's the very first foil I had when I started riding. That foil was gifted to me by my grandpa. He bought it new back in 1991. It's a 1991 model Yamaha 250 Moto 4. I put many miles on that thing when I was a kid. And then I upgraded to that one. That one right there carried me and Megan for countless miles. I bought this one right before me and Megan met each other. And so this was the foil that we used to go on trips riding all the time. Like we'd take off and go to West Virginia riding four-wheelers. We rode around here a lot. Back in those days, you could ride and ride and ride. And everybody knew everybody back then. You didn't have no troubles crossing other people's land and stuff like that. And we respected the land. And nowadays, it's kind of a different story. For whatever reason, a lot of the young kids like to trash things now. They go through and do donuts. We've even had this same experience on part of Daddy's land, where the kids just come through and they do donuts in the middle of the fields, or they're tearing up roads, or they ride through the middle of your crops, and that kind of ruined it for everybody around here. Like I said, we respected the people's land that we rode on, and we pretty much just rode through. Like, we weren't tearing up anything at all. Nowadays, it's almost like, you know, if you're going to ride four-wheelers, you pretty much have to stay on your own property because, you know, neighbors and stuff, like, they don't want you coming onto their property because people riding four-wheelers have got a really bad reputation of trashing people's places. What do you do? I mean, I don't much blame them for telling people not to ride through because, like I said, lately the people riding four-wheelers they don't have the same amount of respect for things that the older crowd had. But anyways, I believe this thing has quit dripping. Luckily, right here in our little community here, you know, it's still to the point where we know everybody, everybody knows us. So we're able to make a pretty good little circle here, crossing neighbors' land and stuff like that. It's no problem at all. We know where we can go and where we can't go. And so, and we treat it with respect, like I said. But anyways, let's get this finished. And then I believe I'm gonna go down here and try to scoop up all of our manure and everything in the sacrifice pasture while it's still dry.
Okay.
But let's get this taken care of first. I'll get it started for you, because one thing you don't want to do is cross thread that nut.
Okay.
Right there's the bolt.
Okay, I see it.
I'm gonna look, just screw it up in there. You don't want to drop nothing in that oil pan. There you go.
Where'd it go?
Keep screwing. Oil must have run back in that little skid plate right there. It's trying to drip out of it. I'll go behind you and check to make sure you got it tight.
So hard doing that since it's so low to the ground.
Yep, I snugged it up just a little bit tighter, but that's it. So this thing should hold about 2 quarts, but we'll just have to keep an eye on it as we're adding it.
So the guy gave you all this?
Yeah, when we bought it, he gave us oil. There you go. Be slow with it. Let it all drain in there. It may start running out down yonder if you pour it too fast. Yeah, go ahead and pour that 1 quart in there, and then we'll pour another one in, and I mean, pour part of the other one in and see where it reads. That's good. Go ahead and open that other one. And then we'll check it. I'm pretty sure it holds to about 2 quarts, but we'll check to make sure.
That other one didn't feel as heavy as this one. That might be around half.
All right. Now let it drain out of that funnel. Well, that shows it's full. I'll look it up online real quick and see how much it's supposed to hold.
Okay.
Yep, I just looked it up, and it's supposed to hold 1.6 quarts, so we are perfect.
So...
You can keep that one. Just lay it back over in the building. This one will throw away.
Okay.
All right. Well, it feels good to have that done, don't it?
So can I crank it up right now? And see
We need
how
to
it
get
runs?
the tools and everything off so they don't vibrate off. But yeah, we should be good. Good to go. All right. So one more thing, y'all. Like we keep saying, you just check them off a little at a time. I will admit, this should have been done probably a couple months ago, but it's better now than never. But Jacob, that box right there, you can put it back in the pack house and then get that towel up. And I don't want y'all to think that I'm knocking anybody at all for not letting people, I guess you could technically call it trespassing, whatever you want to call it. I completely understand why people nowadays are like that, because like I said, people are different now. You can't trust anybody. People steal from you. People will tear up your property. I just think it's sad that we live in a world that's like that now, though, where you can't trust everybody. You know, because when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. You left your doors unlocked, you left your buildings unlocked. People literally used to come up through our backyard here all the time on four-wheelers, and we didn't think a thing about it. It was like that up at my mom and daddy's. I mean, it wasn't an issue. And I think it's sad that nowadays it is an issue, because People are just different now. I mean, and that's the only way I know to put it. Like I said, people will steal from you. People will tear up your property. People will... Well, you honestly, you just can't trust people. And that's why I'm so thankful that I live in a community where we still know everybody and we still trust most people around here. Of course, we have the people you can't trust too, but we know who those people are. I think it's a wonderful thing that I live in an area like that, and we are truly blessed to live in an area like that. But I think it's a sad direction that we're heading in, because the farther along in the time we go, the worse it seems to get. You gonna go try it out?
Yep.
That young'un loves his four-wheeler. Which rightfully so. If you ain't never rode one, I'm gonna tell you, they're fun. Not only are they handy to have, they're fun to ride too. It's amazing, you know, for those of y'all who may not know, riding ATVs, side-by-sides and all that, that's a pretty big sport. There's a lot of people that spend a lot of money on that every year just to, you know, have fun or whatever. And I've never been one that put a ton of money into it, but I've had my share of fun on it for sure. And the biggest thing that I forgot, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, is, and it seems to have never even crossed anybody's minds back in the day, but I was just told recently, I've just recently learned that if somebody's on your property and gets hurt, you're the one responsible for it. And I think that's just crazy. I mean, honestly, that's just crazy. Because, in my personal opinion, if I get hurt doing something I shouldn't have been doing in the first place, it's my fault, not the landowner's fault. But that's the world we live in nowadays. Anyways, so I'm gonna go take my little tractor down here now and move out my cattle panels and the hay rings out of this spot, and we're gonna see if it's actually dry enough that I can get in there and scoop up all the manure with the front end loader and get it all piled up. Should have done that like 2 months ago, but it's just been so wet that we wasn't able to get in there. Now we finally had this dry spell, and so before our next chance of rain, which is actually this evening, I'm gonna see if I can't get it all taken care of. All right, Jacob, we'll take these apart one by one and put them on the forks.
Okay.
Let's start up here. There you go. Pick it up to where to go. Let's see. Pick it up like there.
Don't let us miss the day.
Building them muscles up.
You're going too fast.
I felt like you was pushing me. All right, pick up your end. There you go. You about got it. You got it. You ready? All right, let me get it up out of the... Oh, you got it. Look at you using them muscles.
Hold on. Let me fix it where I'm not walking backwards.
You ready?
Yeah. It's tilting where I have to pick it up so low.
I'm trying to keep it from doing that.
Hold on. There we go.
All right. got it. All right, Jacob. If you want to go play or whatever, you can now.
Okay.
I won't need you for a little while.
I'm gonna go think about, you know that wood that I built that barn with? I still have it out there. I'm just thinking about, could I do something with it?
Do whatever your heart desires. I'm gonna go find somewhere to stick these.
Okay. You can go stick them down there where the other ones are.
Well, I need to find somewhere to put them too.
Oh.
That was the hardest part of this. And I got them cattle panels out of here. Those we had for when we loaded up our 3 calves and took them over to the neighbor's place. But I don't need them now. They're in the way. I need to get them gone. So I'm gonna go find somewhere to stick these things. Then we'll get the hay rings out. Just lay them out here in the pasture. Then I'm gonna get in there with my big tractor and a bucket and start piling up manure. In years past, all I've had is that little tractor with the loader on it. So it's probably actually going to go quite a bit faster this year with this big tractor. I've showed this in years past, but here's what I'm after. Is getting down to that hard clay layer right there. So everything will be piled up in this circle right here. I mean, you can see it's already not bad looking stuff. It's rotted down pretty good. But it can definitely stand to break down more than it already has. For those of y'all that don't know, this is where we keep our cows over the winter. And this is pretty much just rotted down hay and manure from this past winter. So keeping them like this not only gives us, in the past we've used this as compost in the garden, and may still do that. But my main goal, like I said this time, is to put it back on the pasture. But it gives us a good way to make a lot of compost. As y'all can imagine, doing things on the scale that we do them, we go through a lot of compost. Well, I tell you, with this big tractor, this makes this job a lot easier. It was a workout on that little Kubota. But man, this one right here, making this job 10 times easier. 20, 30 minutes now. I've got one massive pile over here for sure. But I found a wet spot, so I'm not sure how much more I'm going to be able to do. Y'all might have seen it right there. The front of the tractor slid around. It is really wet right in here. But as usual, while I ride the tractor, I've been thinking. Riding a tractor is a good time to think. But I want to say another, back to what I was talking about earlier in the video. Another thing anymore, it seems like, is people don't like people coming around anymore. It's almost like they don't want to be bothered. And I totally get that because I stay so busy, I don't want to be bothered. I want to get my work done. I think back on when I was a kid and we'd pull up into somebody's farm or something on a four-wheeler. They'd either be out there working in the field or, I don't know, maybe they were just sitting on the porch at their house. But we'd always stop and talk to them. And they were always happy to see us. And I feel like that slowness of today's society is gone. And I really don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know how we lost that. Because I'm just as guilty as anybody else. You know, you got company and you're up here like, man, I really need to get back to work. And that's all you can think about is I need to get back to work. When really, we should just take time to stop and talk. I feel like the farther into modern society we go, the less people want to interact with each other. I mean, like I said, I can't say anything because I'm just as guilty as the next person is. But it's the truth. I believe I've about done all I'm going to be able to do. I might can scrape a little bit more, but it's so muddy out here. It's just tough. I think the other difference is our parents put the fear of God into us. So we knew that if word got back to our parents that we had tore up something on a neighbor's place, that it was not going to be good for us. And it doesn't matter if we did it or not. If our parents found out something got tore up on, you know, the neighbor's farm because of us coming through on a four-wheeler, like I said, it didn't matter if we done it or not. It didn't matter if somebody else done it. You just knew better. You didn't do that kind of thing. But, anyways, I think it's all in a sign of how times have changed. Times have changed so much in the last 20 years in this area right here that it's somewhat scary to know what it's going to be like 20 more years from now. And that's about all else I got to say. That's enough of me expressing to y'all my opinion today. Because my opinion's like, ain't worth a hill of beans. It just is what it is. All of this is so muddy that I'm kind of done. I can let this dry out. If it doesn't rain in another day or two, this right here will be dried out enough that I can get in here and kind of clean this all up. But I got this down here against the edge of the fence that I can't get because y'all can't tell, but this is a slope. And every time you get over here, it's so wet, it's just wanting to slide towards the fence. So I'm leaving it alone. But right here behind me is the massive pile of manure that I have got now. That is massive. That's probably the biggest pile we've ever had. And it just keeps on going and going. And I think it's partly because I have a bigger tractor now to get this stuff up with, so I was actually able to get more than I normally am. And what I'll do is, here in a few weeks, month, or whatever, whenever I have time, I'll come and move that pile from here to here, and that's how I'll kind of turn it. I will turn it 2 or 3 times before I actually use it, but it'll change a lot between now and then. Like, cause there's a lot of this kind of stuff in here where it's just old muddy, clotted up hay. All that'll be broke down by the time this gets used. It'll either be in the late winter or early spring when I put this in a manure spreader and put it out on the pasture. By then, that stuff will look totally different. Well, y'all, me and Jacob just finished feeding everything, and let me tell you, we processed our meat chickens yesterday. It is so much easier to feed right now without them things. We're not milking candy now, and we don't have the meat chickens anymore. And our daily chores have just gotten so much easier now. It's amazing. So we're going to run over here to the neighbor's house, or to the neighbor's farm, and feed them 3 calves we got over there. And we have decided upon Jacob's request here that since everybody's not in a position where they can maybe take a four-wheeler ride or something like that, I think we'll bring you along on a little round around here. I know typically all we ever show is working, and I thought it'd be kind of fun, and Jacob did too, to just bring y'all along on what we do for fun. Because who knows, y'all may think we never have fun, which honestly we enjoy the working too, but we have fun on occasion every once in a while too. And the cool thing is, we can have fun while doing chores because we can use these four-wheelers to ride around and do our chores, especially since we have calves over on the neighbor's farm. And we'll leave from there and just make us a big old loop and come back to the house here. Y'all are waiting on me, wouldn't you? Y'all are looking good. Feel like these calves have growed every time I come over here. So far, the grass that we've got them on over here is still looking pretty good too. I mean, you can somewhat tell they've eat on it, but not bad. All right, let's go make us a round. You want me to go in front, you say? All right.
it fell, and then I tried to sit back up.
You got it right. There's my white field corn. Well, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that little round. In reality, that was about 20 minutes of riding. And during that ride, majority of the land we were on was either what belongs to me and Megan or what belongs to my daddy. However, we do have to cross three of the neighbors' land. And two of those neighbors really love to deer hunt. So here real soon, bow season's supposed to be coming in. And at that point, we'll be done riding through their place until deer season's over with. I hope y'all enjoyed that video. I know it was a little bit out of the ordinary, but I hope you really enjoyed it. And I think me and Jacob are gonna go, we might go make us another round on a four-wheeler, and then we're gonna go find us something to eat, ain't we?
Yeah.
We're gonna go somewhere and get us something.
I've been hungry ever since I ate.
I've been hungry since we ate lunch. But I hope y'all enjoyed it, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Yeah, have a good one.
Have a good one.